Hello all. Today's presentation is about custom settings in Salesforce. We'll see what are custom settings, what is the use of custom settings. Before starting custom settings, as we already know, what are the Salesforce objects? Salesforce objects are the database tables, which allows us to store the specific data in the Salesforce, correct?
Yes.
Just right. We will construct the objects in the form of table. Tables contains fields and columns and rows. Columns are nothing but fields, and rows are nothing but records. So these are going to store in a main memory. Now comes to custom settings. Same thing, tables constructed in the form of tables. But what happened is custom settings data will be stored in cache memory. So when it will be stored in the cache memory, then in Salesforce, it is easy for all the users, for all the members who use R to get the data in an efficient way and in a faster way. In general, also, if you see, if you have guys know about cache memory helps you to get the data in a faster way. If you go uncheck just enter the internet, you can guys comes to know about this. And before starting, we'll just go to yes. Salesforce doesn't provide usually doesn't provide codes like dialing codes like example. Yeah, dialing code for India +91, correct? Like
Yes.
this, yeah, like this standard things Salesforce doesn't provide dialing codes and ISO codes. If you take ISO codes like if for India it is IND, correct ISO code. Those things will not be provided by Salesforce. We have to create by our own. So first, for this is a custom object. This is an application SMS Lightning which we have. For this student object, I will create those dialing codes for countries. First, I'm just creating a country. I will use pick list. Country itself. I will take Australia. I have taken two countries here. Yes, I have created. Now I want to assign these dialing codes are like ISO codes. I will first do ISO codes. I want to assign ISO codes for these countries. Now see how you can do that. I will use a formula field. Use text. Idea like case, you guys can see here case expression value 1 result 1 value 2 result 2. I will just show you directly here, you guys can understand. I want to use country. Whenever the country field value is India, I have to give ISO code. Yeah, yes, sir. And same thing here. I choose Australia. Have to give Australia. For remaining, I will just keep it as none. If you don't select any country, India or Australia, either India or Australia, then the ISO code value will return as none automatically if you don't select anything, India or Australia.
Use colors.
Okay, sorry.
I have one question.
Yes, sir. Yeah, madam.
The first thing is written case. So this case stands for?
Sorry. Yeah, case
The
is a
first-
function method, a logical function.
So you have selected it from advanced formula, right?
Yes, yes, madam.
Okay. Okay.
There are no errors. I'm just saving it. I have saved it. Now, okay. Yeah, it is none which has when we don't select India or Australia, it will automatically shown as none ISO code. But if we select India, ISO codes come as IND. Select Australia. It come up as yes. If you don't select anything, it will come as none. You can see here. I have just shown you, but also if you guys want to use dialing codes also, you can do that in the same way. You can create an field using country, and you can assign for India +91, for United States whatever countries as per your requirement. But there is a drawback here, and this drawback will be overcome by custom settings. Yeah, Now, as we already know, it is a cache memory. The data, whatever we create at the custom settings level, that will be going to be stored in the cache memory, and it is easy to access and in a faster way, in an efficient way. Along with that, yeah, along with that, SOQL queries. There is this one you can comes to learn in the development part. Just now can understand what is the main purpose of custom settings. When we use custom settings, right? When we create custom settings, then the count of SOQL queries will not be uh, comes in the Salesforce arc against governor limits. I will just read out these sentences. Yeah. Custom settings allows us to create a custom set of data and formula fields, validation rules, flows, apex, and SOAP API can then use this data. All custom settings data is exposed in the application cache. Just now, I have told, right? It will be stored in the application cache, which enables us efficient access. And along with that, there is another advantage. There is no need to use SOQL queries that counts against governor limits. I will show that too. Just now, we have created these two things, right? Country and ISO codes. Now I want to fetch. I want to retrieve that data, country and ISO code. Don't worry about all those things. Just see what is the advantage of custom settings. These things, development things, you will learn in the upcoming sessions. For now, you can just see. Okay, ours is student object. Okay. Since student is an custom object, so it has to be like this. And I will take a list of students here. And now I will select query. Sorry. Yeah. And country. We'll take names. Yes, from student object. Yeah. I'm just retrieving the record values, name, country, and ISO codes from the student object. That's it. I will use for loop for better understanding. Just execute.
Use column slide number 1.
Just executed. You can see all the students came up, and you can see ISO codes also. For most of the ISO codes are none. We have just assigned to some here India, and another is Australia. Just for student here, it is there Australia. If you guys see for Chiru, and one for it is India. Since we have just here, there are many records. Only for 2 records we have assigned ISO codes. Yeah, one is only one record is there with the country has India and ISO code has IND. And if you guys see, Australia is also one. But main thing is SOQL queries. I am just deselecting the debug, and I will show you SOQL query thing. Yeah, if you guys see here, if you guys observe here, number of SOQL queries, it is 1 out of 100. In Salesforce provides governor limits. This governor limits topic is important. You guys will learn all about this governor limits in the upcoming session. But one of the governor limit is SOQL queries. We can use only 100 SOQL queries in one transaction. So when we use SOQL queries, whenever the country and ISO code required, whenever we use SOQL queries, it will reach limit. It will affect on our SOQL queries limit. Now it has showing as 1 out of 100. Now using custom settings, I will show you how to overcome this drawback. And also one more advantage, it will be stored in the cache memory. Just yeah, you have to go to setup, and in quick find trends, you will find these custom settings here. Yeah, custom settings. If you guys see here, use custom settings to create and manage custom data. Custom set, we can create custom sets of data using custom settings. Now, when you try to create a new custom setting, this setting type will be in grade, uh, will be in a grayed out form. First, we have to enable it. To do that, we have to go to schema settings. When you guys first time open it, you guys see this one, see this type of thing. Yeah, we have to go to schema settings, and we have to enable list as a setting type option on the new custom setting definition page. We have to do this. We have to enable this, and again we have to go to custom settings. Now we will create. Yeah, for your information, we have 2 types of custom settings. One is list and one is hierarchy. First, we will see list. Now I will create country here. I have defined a custom setting and details. Once we defined, we can create custom fields in this object, custom setting object. It is similar like custom objects, but with the different features. You guys see here, we can see custom field data types. If you see in custom objects, you can see many data types, but in custom settings, you can see only few data types. Now I will select text itself. I will take this first. Here also. Sorry, length. length I will give 3. Since ISO codes we have taken as 3 length. I am saying it. We have created a custom field. Now we will uh, create records for this field. For this object, for this field, we will create records. Name India. For India, it is IND. Save. For yes. So yes, not only two, we can create a number of fields, a number of values to this field. I will take USA also. Okay. Now we will try to fetch this data in our Apex code, in our Apex class, in our coding, and we'll see what is the count of socket queries. And whatever data we have created, custom setting data, this data can be used across our organization wherever required, whenever it is required. Instead of only for object, it will be available for all the organization. I will just use. Here we don't use socket queries to fetch the data for custom setting objects. Yes, if you guys see here, fetch custom setting records. Fetching custom settings is similar to fetching custom objects, but the query script is different. We have already seen how to retrieve the data using query for custom objects. And now we will see how to fetch the custom settings data. Here's the difference between fetching a custom object query and fetching a custom setting query. Here I have listed out only few. There are other methods also. Since it is a list custom setting, I am using this one. I will go to developer console. Here custom setting API name. Go to country. This is the custom setting API name. Country. I will use. This is get all method and values. These things you guys don't worry now. You guys will learn everything in the development sessions. Just these are methods we are using to fetch the data from custom settings. Now I will just use system.debug. Now I'll execute this. Yeah, we have got the data, whatever we try to fetch. You guys can see here, like Australia is the name Australia, code is ISO code. Same thing you will see for India and Australia also, India and USA also. But Here main purpose is we came here is for SOQL query to see the count of SOQL query. Yeah, if you guys see here, what is the number of SOQL queries? 0 out of 100. But earlier when we tried here, it is 1 out of 100. We have used one SOQL query to fetch the country and ISO code data. But when you create the data using custom settings, there is no SOQL queries limit applicable. We can use any time in whenever we require this type of custom setting data across the arc. Also, one more advantage we have spoken is easy and faster way access, since the data is custom setting data records will be stored in the application cache. So we have two types of custom settings. One is list and one is hierarchy. Already we have seen list. Now we will see hierarchy. What is the use of hierarchy? We have created list custom setting and we have used also. Just I will read out whatever we have done. Okay, just I will show you first hierarchy, or I will create one custom object. Okay. Now assume like say that organization business has providing offers to their customers, to their accounts. So whenever standard platform user profiles, do you guys can you name some profile names?
System administrator,
Manager,
Yeah, manager profile, standard platform.
manager,
Yes. Okay. Standard platform user I will take. Okay, whenever standard platform user profile creates a account record, he will get an authorization to provide some offer to the customers. So one profile can have multiple users, correct? Hello?
yes, sir.
yes,
One user can have multiple profiles.
No,
no,
Standard platform users. This whoever associate with standard platform user profile, the users, they will get an authorization to provide a certain offer to the customers or accounts. Customers are nothing but accounts in Salesforce. Session to provide offer, we will take 5% to customers. Okay. Other than this profile, all the users in the arc all the other users, whoever create the account record, right, they will get authorization to provide only 1%. This is our requirement, and we'll see how to achieve this requirement. I hope you guys understand this SOQL query thing. Now I will just go to account object. I will create a field at the account level. I will use formula field. I will use special offers. I will use percentage. Now I will use the same case, same function case. Okay. So what is the profile? Standard platform user. Platform user. I will
Name.
use name. I will take the name. Yeah, I will just open this profile. Yeah, for standard platform user, I will give 5% discount. If you want, you can add one more profile also. Just we'll use. Okay, we'll see. Or we'll take manager profile also. For manager profiles, I will give percentage with a different percentage. I will give 10%. For remaining all the users, all the profiles, I will provide 1%. Once again.
Expression.
Sorry.
Remove expression.
Expression. Remove.
I have created. Now, since we have didn't given system admin profile any percentage, except standard platform user and manager profile, all the profiles who all are in the R will get only 1%. Now, this is I have logged in with the system admin as a profile. I will open accounts. So you guys can see only 1% offer. Just try to use any standard platform or manager profile. We'll use a standard platform user or manager profile. We text manager profile. For manager profile, what is the percentage we have given?
10%.
10%, right? Yeah, I will just open any account record. If you guys see here, you can see offers as 10%. Now, if you go to standard platform user, it will be shown. It will be show you as 5%. Yeah, this is a requirement we have done. Now, can you guys tell? I want to add different percentages for different profiles. Now, how to do that?
Using formula.
Sorry. Now I want to add some more percentages, different percentages for different profiles,
We need to add profiles.
and percentages. Correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir. This is a hectic, sir. Whenever business needs to add you again and again, this thing, that thing. Instead of this, we can use hierarchy custom settings to overcome this drawback. We will see now how to do that. I will just we have already created list. Now we are creating hierarchy. Oh, I will give the same thing, special offers. Setting type is hierarchy. Now we will use percent per field. Offer amount I will give. Save. Now I will create the records. I have defined the custom setting using setting type as hierarchy, and I have created a custom field also. Now you guys can see here default organization level value, right? Except what we have done in that formula. For except standard platform user and manager profile, we have given 1%, right, for all the users. Now the same thing we'll do here. Okay, offer amount I will give 2% or the organization level. Whoever the users and the organization, if they create an account record, it has to show offer it has to show as 2%. Right. For profile, how we can do that profile? Yeah, location is profile, and here we have a number of profile, right? Instead of writing over there, we can write we can use here a number of profiles whenever required in the future, also whenever business needs. I will use standard platform user. I will give for standard platform user 10%. Okay, I have already opened manager profile. I will just use manager profile. Yeah, I will put 15%. Okay, same thing we have done here. There, instead of changing every time, if you want to add a number of records, you can directly come here, custom settings. You can do that instead of writing those things in formula fields. Also, as you guys know, custom settings are stored in cached memory, which is also a benefit. Now we have done the same.
Sir, how location is coming automatically?
Which
Like
one?
you,
XYZ.
yeah.
This is organization name, company name. When I have created, right, first time mark, that is the company name. Don't get confused.
Okay. Yeah, actually, when you edited, right, you could select the profile directly.
Yes.
How that profile come? Any dependency?
No,
For
madam, it was
example, if
predefined by Salesforce itself. Custom setting this fields, this thing,
okay,
this setting, right? Organization level, manager preference. Yeah, this is
okay,
company information, madam. Don't get confused.
okay.
Yeah, we have given for manager profile now 15%. For organization, it is 2%. Now we will go to our formula field, which we have created earlier, right? Yeah, special offers here. This is the formula field which we have created, right, for account. Here, instead of using these types, whenever we'll just use a simple formula here. You can see setup special offers, offer amount, insert. After doing this, I will just merge this with the custom setting. Okay, I'm just saying I have replaced the previous formula with this new formula. I'm just saying it now. Now we will check for, yeah, now we go for manager profile. We have given 15%, right? It is still
Refresh.
yeah. Yeah, now it is showing as 15% for this manager profile. For system admin, it has to be show as 2%, correct? Because at organization level, we have given 2%. You guys can see here, right? 2%. So I will just now we have did it for organization level and profile level. If you want to do it for user level, for if there is any superior user, whenever he creates the account, the offer should be 20% like that. We can do that thing also. Also for your information, now we have created formula, right? This formula. Earlier we have created some formula. Whenever profiles required percentage, we have to come and add all those things like profile name and then percentage, profile name and then percentage. In future, if requirement comes, add this different percentages for different profiles. We have to do all that stuff. Now there is no need. This just a formula is enough. And whatever the business need, we have to just come over here and we can add just manager system this one profile names and then percentage, and the records will automatically get merged with here for this field.
So now I have requirement. Tell me you want students only. So for example, I want to add a standard Salesforce profile. Okay, for that profile, I want to give 3% offer. So where we have to do the changes, sir? Now
Custom
anyone can tell me
settings.
where we have to
Custom
go.
settings.
What we have to do here?
Custom settings. New.
Hmm? Then
Here we have to select the profile,
Yes.
okay.
which one we want.
Hmm.
Then we
Standard
have to
pattern.
give the percentage
Okay, 3%. Okay.
and 3%
Like
and save
save
it.
it.
Yeah. So previously, if you want to add one more profile, what we are doing in the formula field?
We have to add the profile name and the value. We have to add it manually to the
So
formula.
yeah, so generally we that is a bad practice. Not only formula fields or validation rules, applies classes. Okay, if you want to add one more condition, right, for existing thing, so you have to modify the code and all those things, and you have to deploy that code again to the one sandbox to other sandbox or production. So that is a what is happening is that is a repeating work. You are doing a work again and again. Okay. For example, today they are saying two profiles. Tomorrow they will ask, they want to add two more profiles. That time what you will do again?
We have to do from the custom settings.
Now you will do with the custom settings. You don't need to touch with the either formula field or validation rule or APS classes. Because why? They're using custom settings directly instead of hard coding that values in their places, formulas or validation rules. So these custom settings you can use in many places, not only formula field, validation rules, APS classes, wherever it is required. You don't need to touch code, you don't need to touch validation, nothing. Just which conditions you want to apply, that conditions you have to create record. Understand everyone what I'm saying?
Sir, can you please give me some examples and validation rule in example?
So this is example only you can
It's
take for example.
this formula field formula can be used in validation rule also, madam. Like this type of formulas at the time of validation rule.
So last time we discussed, right, if I want to skip a validation rule for some profiles, what we did say last time? We directly have hard coding profile name, right? Profile name dot name is not equal to system administrator, right? So similarly, if you want to check 2-3 conditions, the profile name is equal to hard code something system administrator, and in the student record there is one more field called example. You can say marks. Okay, marks is more than something. Example 500 you can take. If those two profile name and marks is more than 500, one standard administrator, so you cannot, you should enter the grade for admin profile. For other profile, for admin profile, you want to skip the grade. For other profile, okay, whose profile name is not equal to admin, for example, sales profile or team lead profile, whatever it may be. If marks is more than 500, you want to enter grade. Understand? So same like that. Okay. So you can use all this validation wherever you want. Custom settings also there also.
Yeah, madam. It is I have assigned for org level and profile level. If you want for user level also for particular user, you can do that also. You can see here. I have used Monish. I am giving some 20%. Yeah. If we go and check in the Monish arc, using in arc with Monish as username, if we create any account record with Monish, then then the special offer field value become 20%, as how you have seen for profile. So using hierarchical settings, we can provide different records to at organization level, at and profile level, and as well as user level. Also, earlier we created country rate list custom setting. Yeah, we have created ISO codes, right? If you want to create a dialing codes also, like international codes like +91 +1 for USA, we can do that also. We can create and we can keep that records also here, which are doesn't provide by Salesforce. If you want to use that type of data in our objects in our organization, we can do that. I have created just here ISO codes. You guys can create ISO codes and dialing codes, international dialing codes. And this is about list custom setting and hierarchy custom setting. I will just come to our page. Yeah, whatever we have did, we will go through that now. A type of custom setting that provides a reusable set of static data that can be accessed across your organization. For list custom setting, right? We have created ISO code, and if you in some words you can say it is static, right? Which is a constant one. ISO codes IND for India, it will be static. If you take +91 +1 for USA dialing codes, those are static, and it is constant ones for those countries, and it will be reusable throughout the organization whenever required. If you use a particular set of data frequently within your application, putting that in there is a best practice. Like a particular set of data, nothing but same thing, example country and ISO code, particular set of data, right? And that is, if we are using that frequently in our organization, it is better to create. Example, if you take shipping applications, those applications required, right? Country and ISO codes, these all things. So in that cases, they will use frequent this type of data. So they will create custom setting data. And here data in list settings does not vary with profile or user, but is available only for organization wide. Correct. But in hierarchy custom settings, we can do that for profile, user, and also for our organization. You guys have seen that also. But in list custom settings, the data will be available throughout the organization level, all over the organization level. And examples of list data include two-letter state abbreviations, international dialing prefixes, and catalog numbers for products, unique numbers for products, their product numbers. And also because the data is cached, access is low cost and efficient. And also you don't have to use SQL queries that count against your governor limits. This one also we have seen at the starting stage. Now comes to hierarchy custom settings, a type of custom setting that uses a built-in hierarchical logic that lets you personalize settings for specific profiles or users, which we have done, right? For different profiles, we have given in our example, we have given different percentage. At last, we have given for user also some different percentage. Like that, we can do that. The hierarchy logic checks the organization profile and user settings for the current user and returns the most specific or lowest value. First, it will like example, I have logged in with has system admin profile and the user system admin user. So first it will check for current user only. He has for organization level or profile level and user level. According to that, he will get that value. And the third one is in the hierarchy settings for organization or setting for organization are overridden by profile settings, which in turn are overridden by user settings. Nothing but first system will check first system will check for organization level. For organization level, we have given 2%, right? It will take 2%. If he is not, if he is under manager profile, then system will take percentage of manager profile, that value. If not, again, he will check for the users. Nothing but organization value will be override by manager profile, and then manager profile value will be override by user value. Yeah, this is just how to define custom settings. And we have seen how to fetch custom setting records, right? For a list, we have seen for querying fetching hierarchy system hierarchy custom settings, we will use this type this code. Now you guys don't think yeah, advantages of custom settings. SOQL queries are not required, which are we can SQL queries cannot be don't applicable for this custom settings, and which is a main advantage. And also custom settings are stored in the application cache memory, so accessibility is faster and it will improve our system performance, that we have already discussed. And also the third advantage, like can personalize different data for different users and profiles using hierarchical custom settings, and it benefits in maintaining the data integrity in the work. And also you'll see disadvantages. So custom setting data cannot be deployed. You need to download the data and migrate it using a Salesforce data loader or other migration tools. Can anyone tell me like what is difference between metadata and data?
Metadata in the sense
Other
accept
than records, every objects
everything is
and
metadata
all.
only, all tabs.
Yes, yes,
Every-
madam, correct. Yeah, here custom settings data cannot be deployed, means data cannot be deployed when you deploy it from one arc to another arc, only metadata will be deployed, data will not be deployed. So what we have to do is we have to download the data and then we have to migrate it using Salesforce data loader or any other migration tools. Only metadata will be deployed. This data will not be deployed. This has to be done like downloading and then migrating using any migration tools, data loader or migration tools. And also only 300 custom setting fields are allowed. Means we can create only 300 custom fields in custom settings. And custom settings count against the total number of custom objects in Salesforce. Nothing but it will along with custom objects, the count will be happen. If we are creating custom, we'll create custom objects, right? Normally, in that only this custom settings count will also be added. If we have some limit on custom objects, that count will be added. That count also added with custom settings. And tabs, like account tabs, we have seen tabs, right? This like tabs, features tab, branches. These tabs cannot be created custom settings. And these are the advantages. Now, for this is for custom settings. It only metadata will be deployed, data will not be deployed. This will be same with custom objects also. Only metadata. When we deploy, only metadata will be pushed. Now I want to push both metadata and data. Now, like, right, when we deploy, right, from one arc to one another arc, when we push the information, right, it has with along with metadata, data also should be deployed. How to do that? For that, we use custom metadata types, and this concept we'll discuss it tomorrow. What is the use of? I already I have told you one advantage. We will see more about this custom metadata types in the tomorrow session. That's it from my end. If you guys have any questions, you can ask. I hope you guys have understand this.
Yes.
Yes, sir. One thing, if
Ah.
we create in the custom objects, right, we have to create something like just we will give we will create objects and we can display the tabs, we can do the formulas on it. So
Yes.
same thing we can do on custom settings, or should we do, if we want to do the custom settings, we have to do custom object also, custom setting also. Is that right, sir? Or only custom settings is fine to do?
Uh, it is like according to the business, madam. This we have created like custom settings, which we have created
Yeah.
for list that is static data, which is not available for Salesforce. We can use this data in our custom objects. Yes, madam. You can use that custom setting data in our objects in throughout the
Yeah.
organization, right? I have
For
told you.
example, now we created some percentage offer.
Yes.
So first we created directly as a field in the custom object.
Yes, madam.
Then we create as a formula. Then we went to the custom settings, and it was like some extension.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, if I want directly create to the custom settings to display the field in a object, I want the same offer one field. Can I do through the custom setting, or
You
should
cannot
I
do
do?
like that. You cannot do like that. Generally, custom settings. Why? What is the main purpose of custom settings? Is, for example, if you want to use some data, okay, not whole data. So there is some records. Okay, just you want to compare 2-3 fields and you want to update some fields. Okay, for just you want to compare 2-3 fields. For example, profile name and the name, username, or something called some other field in the record. Okay, based on these 3 fields for only few profiles, not for all the profiles. For example, in the organization you have 100 profiles, madam. If you want to use 100 profiles for different thing, it will be big formula or big validation or big code in the coding part also. So they are saying only 4 profiles. I want to do some special performance, like some special offers for only 4 profiles. For one profile, I want to give 5%, second profile 10%, third profile 15%, fourth profile 20%. So what you can do now, time being, instead of adding 4 profiles in right in the validation of a code or in the object level, what you can do is those 4 profiles you can put in a hierarchical custom settings. Okay, you can call that custom settings. Okay, tomorrow if they will ask any new profile, you don't need to modify any other code, right? Just you can add one more record in the hierarchical custom settings. So
Okay.
this is only for few records. If you want to store real-time data, it should be only custom object only, not in the custom settings. Okay, custom settings is not a data. That is a temporary data, cache data. Just we can use the data in our conditions wherever it is required. So that we can, don't need to hard code some values in the anywhere, validations, classes, triggers, wherever. If you do
If
hard
there
code,
is
what will
any,
happen? What will happen if you do hard code? Again, if you they will customer client will ask one more condition, what you will do? You need to go to that logic. You have to add and condition or condition. If customer is saying, I don't want that profile, I told you 4 profiles now, just remove 4th profile till 15% is enough. Now what you have to do? Again, you have to go to the validation sticker, you have to remove that condition. But if you use a
Yes.
custom settings, just you can delete the record, you can add the record, or you can modify the record. Understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that's where it will reduce our work, and not only our work, and it is a good practice, and there are some benefits also, as Travis told, right? Once we discussed about development part, there is something called SQL query. Okay, so general SQL queries we can use to fetch data. Okay. So there is some governor limits actually. Okay, you can perform 100 SQL queries. So if you use this for small data, if you write SQL query, you will hit the governor limits. So that's why if you put that some data, whatever the data you want to use for the conditions, that data you can put in the custom settings. You can write a SQL query in the custom settings like a get all method, get instance method. So that will not count against your governor limit anamata. అలా చేయడం వల్ల ఏమవుతుంది, you are following some best practice also. You will not hit a governor limits also because our Salesforce is a multi-tenant architecture. Understand, man?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
So hierarchical custom settings is mainly focusing on profiles and users and organization level. You can control. List custom settings is like I told you, right? Some dial code, something ISO code. Based on that 2-3 fields you want to update some record, right? That time you can go for list custom settings. So apart from these two, we have something called custom metadata type. Generally, we can say custom metadata type is nothing but extension of list custom settings, not for hierarchical. Okay? So tomorrow you will explain what is custom metadata type. So what is the disadvantage in list? What is the advantage in the custom metadata type? Okay, man. Understands everyone?
Yes, sir.
Frequently using data, custom sets of data is a frequently using data. Like we have used, right, country and ISO codes for in organization level. If we are started using that frequently through custom objects, right, it will hit the governor limits. It will take cover the governor limits thing. So to avoid that, we can create in custom settings. It will not count against our governor limits. This is the main advantage. And also accessibility in a faster way.
Maybe once we start development part, the governor limits and all those things, you'll understand this topic very better. Because now we are in admin, right? So you cannot understand more in depth. But just remember that points. What is the use of custom settings? What is list and what is error? Once you will start the development part, you can understand what is SQL, what is the governor limit and all. That time you can understand clearly on this topic. I get more information on this. Maybe use them. Clear, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
We'll do one thing, sir. Just we can take a 5 minutes break. We can connect again. Is it fine? Okay. Okay, 5 minutes. Only connect. Or you don't want class?